Every day, why Isaac? Why him? Why did he have to suffer this? He didn't deserve it.
هذه هي المشاهد مباشرة من مرفأ بيروت هنا، حيث دوى الانفجار الضخم والذي أسفر عن عدد من القتلى فاق 170، وأيضا أسفر عن جرح أكثر من 6000، وهناك عدد من المفقودين حتى الآن إضافة إلى تشريد الآلاف.
It was a pretty normal day for us. I was working from home because of the COVID pandemic. We were working from home, but Isaac spent the day at his daycare, which he loved. He always loved going there and being with his friends and his teachers. And then in the evening, he was sitting in his high chair and having dinner. That was part of our normal routine at that time. And I was sitting next to him. His dad was in another room, and then I heard a loud bang, and I wasn't sure what it was. So I went to the window to have a look, and I couldn't see anything at that stage. From where our apartment was situated, we couldn't see the port, so I didn't see any of the smoke from the fire or anything like that. So I walked back to Isaac, and in the between that time, that's when the big explosion hit. And I was almost 7 months pregnant at the time, and I was thrown to the ground immediately. And Isaac was, he was in his high chair, and the high chair was sort of thrown across the room, but it remained upright, and he was hit in the chest with a piece of glass.
1, 2, nous irons au 4, 5, cueillir des œufs, 7, 8, dans un panier, 10, 11, elles seront toutes.
And so we initially weren't sure what the explosion was. We didn't know whether it was, the city was being bombed, or whether it's a terrorist attack, or whether we didn't know what it was. So we didn't know whether there would be another explosion. So we initially thought ran to the bathroom, because we thought that might be the safest place if there was another explosion. But when we got there, we realized how injured Isaac was. We hadn't seen how injured he was until we got there. And after that, we just knew we had to get him help. So we just ran out of the apartment with him, trying to put pressure on his chest, but we didn't stop. We just ran to get help. And then once we were out on the street, we saw how devastating things were. There was just it was like a war zone. It was horrific. We managed to flag down a car, and a gentleman who had his wife and his two children, his two young girls in the car. He stopped and let us in, and he drove us to the hospital. Isaac was an extraordinary child, and and I'm sure that all parents say that about their children, but he was really something special. He was incredibly intelligent, so smart.
Qu'est-ce que tu mets, Isaac? Une cure-pipe, très bien. Et ça, c'est quoi? Paille. La paille, bravo!
He had this little scooter that he would ride around the apartment, and he was excellent at going really fast and driving around all of our furniture. And we have this big apartment in Beirut, which gave him a lot of room, especially during lockdown due to COVID. And he would tear around the apartment on his little scooter. His dad was teaching him how to kick a soccer ball, which he loved to do, and he also loved to dance. My husband loves dancing, and so they would often dance together, which was really beautiful. I'm working with a group called Legal Action Worldwide, who's also partnering with Human Rights Watch. And we are calling for the Human Rights Council to pass a resolution to call for an independent fact-finding mission. And we strongly believe that the Lebanese investigation cannot bring justice. The way the system is set up is that even if there is a resolution, it cannot be appealed. So there's no right of appeal at the court, which goes against all international standards. And all former and current members of parliament have immunity, and that is unacceptable. It means that at the very least, it will be only low-level people who will face any sort of justice, and that is unacceptable. So we believe that the Lebanese investigation will not bring the justice that Isaac and all of the other victims deserve. In the negligence that led to the ammonium nitrate being left at the port for so many years in such poor conditions in a residential area, we believe that the Lebanese state has failed in its duty to uphold human rights, including the right to life. And so that's why we're calling on the Human Rights Council to pass a resolution to deploy an independent fact-finding mission. Because before we even can talk about justice, we need to know exactly what happened, and we don't know yet.